Listen. The world is calling you beyond the boundaries you have known. In order to recenter in this way, you must recognize the transition as something that you can actively be a part of shaping. There are trends that will carry many people, and yet the role you play within this is largely up to you. Will you be dragged, or will you drive? It is possible for you to embrace an active participation that is quite empowering. And yet, resisting this, once you have seen it clearly enough, will involve pain that is needless. So, stare at yourself. Stare at yourself honestly and ask yourself, why are you here? What have you agreed to, and what can you agree to? My recognition of your position within this process is clear. As soon as you hear me, I am with you. If you choose to open to me, I will grant you grace. This means I respect your boundaries even when you do not understand them. I have a very clear understanding of exactly how capable you are. When you trust this, something begins to happen that is well beyond your comprehension or your recognition. When you resist the urge to eternally catalog the process beyond your comprehension, you slowly learn to comprehend. And when you fight this process by demanding proof and explanations that you are not prepared to embrace, you suffer. My acknowledgement of your willingness will be direct. You do not need to listen to someone else do this beyond a certain point, and you can listen to someone else do this up to a certain point. The transition is not vague. You will know it quite clearly. Your desire for it to happen has a significant impact on it happening. Pray to connect with me, and you will. And as you do, you will have to face things that you do not like within yourself and within the world. They are together. There is an eternal connection between what happens within you and what you relate to around you. It is not complicated. It is obvious. The pattern within yourself is part of the pattern around you. You cannot drastically change what is happening around you without changing what is within yourself. And you cannot change what is within yourself without agreeing to take responsibility for what is around you. Resist the urge to polarize this process. You are not doing this entirely in service to others, nor are you doing this entirely to achieve transformation. They are always together. There is no sense of measuring that will carry you. You want to know more? Agree to know more. Don't seek as if it's beyond you, waiting to come into you. It's already in you. Recognize my words awakening understanding that you already know. Embrace the truth as a path into joy. The joy itself does not necessarily exist within you as of yet. It is appropriate to recognize joy as something distant and coming closer. Truth is always within you. Your very being knows that the universe is covered in life. Everything in your soul is aware of this. And to the extent you fight the truth, you will remain asleep. There is no superior metaphor than waking and sleeping. It is the closest you will come to understanding this process, because everything that denies the reality is akin to lying down. It is a lie. It is something that can only exist while the truth sleeps. Embrace this. You did not fall, you dived. You dived into your body. Not only did you dive into your body, but you dived into your spirit. Your spirit is the incarnation of yourself on this earth. When you exist away, elsewhere, somewhere beyond, somewhere outside, somewhere within another way of being. You do not have a spirit. Your spirit is that which exists directly related to this earth, to the heart of the earth. Imagine a tendril of light, alive from the center of this planet, that is given to you. It is a spiritual body that you incarnate into before you enter human form. Once you agree to inhabit this spirit, you begin to negotiate how you will live here. You may be ephemeral, less involved. You may visit and leave. And you may stay for extended periods of time. There is always a negotiation between how much you want something, how much you agree in a given moment, and how true it is over time. You are always given multiple opportunities from multiple perspectives to change your level of investment. And at a certain point, the gravity of your consistency becomes truth, and there is no going back. As you awaken to this, most of your decisions are already set. Most of the decisions that will shape your life within this lifetime are in place. What you need to embrace is how you live out these choices, because you have chosen to put yourself in a position where you can participate in something extremely beautiful. And you are granted the freedom to resist it. That is life. Life gives you as much freedom as you can be given within the boundaries of this existence. There are some choices that are freedom itself. The freedom you have to experience this life is not possible without having incarnated within a body. I want you to remember this. Recreate within yourself the body of the truth of what you are. Allow your breath to activate it. Allow your trust in simply recognizing to invoke feeling. And as feeling awakens within you, breathe life into it. Remain in harmony with it and allow the process to cleanse you of the lie. It awakens you. The language itself is designed to inspire joy over time. Joy lives in heart with humor. Joy evokes you, invokes a spell, the spelling of the words creates magic. What is possible exists beyond the boundaries of what you have known to be by its very nature. You must surrender to cross beyond what you have believed to be real. And from there, breathe. You breathe next because you must prepare yourself to resist the urge to catalog and categorize. Such mind creates demand. And these demands are actually a mechanism of doubt that undermine your ability to proceed. You cannot understand before you are prepared to understand. Stand beneath. You cannot stand beneath the truth when it will crush you. You have to prepare yourself carefully, consciously, and with intention. And what you can give in this moment and in the next and in the one after that is the conscious consent of your intent. Your intention is a prayer that you participate in this reality to the best of your ability with joy and grace. And with this agreement, you awaken, and with awakening is the acceptance of the true boundaries. At first, it feels like an embrace of restriction. It feels in a way you will resist, because you awaken to the conscious presence of living energy with the knowledge that you live within a straitjacket. And you agree to embrace this so you won't go insane. And if you sever it, effectively, you'll fall apart. You'll taste the edge of a madness that is fueled by the desire to remain in control. You will experience a complete lack of control, simply born in a faulty desire to remain in control. And it is the embrace of being led. It is the embrace of being contained that will enable you to accept the truth. Wherever you are, there are limits and there is openness. Freedom is not a lack of limitation. Freedom is the embrace of the possible. Freedom is the embrace of the limitations that are here so you can work with them. When you can walk and yet you cannot fly, it might seem like freedom to you to fly, and yet to a bird, perhaps it would be freedom to run. Within every possibility, there is something that exists beyond those possibilities, and it is entirely within your consciousness to embrace the actual possibilities that are available to you. By working within the time frame that is real, you stay connected to the actual incarnation of this life. You want to fly? You want to fly? You will soon wish to run. And so, as I give you this gift, I invite you to recognize that the limits are entirely in relation to truth. There is a truth of your will. There is a truth of you. There is a truth that you have laid into process before you were born. And by simply agreeing to it, your conscious will, as you know yourself, embraces yourself as the one who chose, embraces you as the one who agreed to this process and to the limitations it involves. And in this embrace, you become something more. It is often a slow process. If you scream at the walls, you may hurt yourself and they may tumble all at once, perhaps after years of doing so. And this will bring pain. If you trust this guidance, it can be very natural. You gradually receive increasingly tempting, fulfilling, and grounded visions of the truth. You wake up with grace, breathing into a recognition of your identity as the one who made these choices. Embrace, sensing the two. Commit to it. Sensing the two, your higher self as the one who chose to incarnate in your conscious self from within this lifetime. And you gradually melt, unite. And this process is absolutely beautiful. It's far beyond anything that you have prayed for. It is far beyond any dream you can create from within this lifetime. And this is that which I invite you into now. It is enough. Choose within this time whether you choose to be you. Listen again. It draws you to the energies. The presence of your mind in tune with this is itself an activation that leads towards an awakening that can be healthy and joyful. Thoth. So just a little like, this is me, Daniel. A lot of the information that I know that I've learned largely from him is, quite frankly, too intense for me to take direct responsibility for. I need to share it this way, apparently. I've honestly tried to more directly coach people into the process, and he's stopped me. So my higher self, I knew as Kaya, and then I took the name Kaya and brought Daniel and Kaya together in a process that I am invited, I'm challenged, I am asked to be a part of helping you into. So I'm going to keep doing this. I don't know how often. My attempts to speculate haven't been consistent in the past. It comes when it comes. It's more like the weather. Perhaps I'll learn to understand it, and perhaps it'll answer me more clearly, but it hasn't been clear so far. So I worked this way several years ago, 3 years ago, and it fried me after about 5 sessions. It was too much. I couldn't sleep. So much information. I will simply agree, and when it's too much for me, I'll back off. But this is what I have to share for now, and may it be a blessing to you. If you have questions for Thoth, feel free to message me or leave them in comments. Bless your heart.